tutorial on how to install CEMU for macOS and play Breath of the Wild. So you have to go to the linked page below, in which it's a GitHub page in which you can get the CEMU build. So just click on it over here, whichever the latest version is for you, and click on this one, CEMU macOS DMG. This number is going to change depending on when you're watching this video. Now you get it and you install it as normal as any other Mac app, and you'll get this and a few prompts before. It'll prompt you, just basically skip everything, but it will prompt you to add like a controller or in input settings. I added my PS5 controller. I'm sure you're smart enough to figure that out for yourself, so I won't bother you with that. So that's basically it. But to get the games, that's the complicated part. So the way I got them was through Parallels. If you don't have if you don't own a copy of Parallels, well, you can always get the 2-week trial just to download this. So you just gotta Google USB helper or something like that. I think it's called that app. I don't remember. There it is. USB helper. Then you go through the prompts. I'm sure you can find plenty of tutorials on how to use this app, because you need like something like a key list or something. I don't know. And this is basically how you'll get games, because otherwise it's really hard to find them. And now, if your Breath of the Wild crashes, you need to basically delete this shader cache thing. But it'll work fine for a few times. It's only after you play for a while. If it starts crashing at the start, then it'll be because of this shader cache thing folder. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. That's about it. This is a way to get it. Great. Again, let's demonstrate some of the gameplay and whatnot. So this is what I meant on how it crashes. So that happens to you, just delete this shader cache folder, delete it, and it'll work just fine. Now make sure to connect to your controller to actually be able to play this. So we start Breath of the Wild. We can see it's now loading, it's not crashing. It's all that shader cache folder thing's fault. Now we click on continue, start. As you can see, it'll work just fine. I think the temperature hovers around 70 C most of the time, which is not crazy, but it's not like super hot that it will damage your CPU. So at least I have an M2 Macbook Air, and it runs just fine. It'll be stuttery for the first few minutes you're playing the game, because of you just deleted the shader cache thing, if that happens to you. But if you play for a while, it'll hover around 30 FPS. Now, as for the rest of these stats, and the important thing is, now for the memory, it doesn't use a lot of swap. I don't know, I only have an 8 gig MacBook, so it's great to know it works there. Now it is an Intel build of the app, and it does hover around 30 FPS, so I wouldn't say it's crazy to think if we ever do get a native Apple Silicon version of CEMU, we could be looking at around 60 FPS more or less. But this is what we have for now. This is still an early beta build, so to be able to get this kind of playable performance, in my opinion, for now, it's something. I'm quite happy about it. I'm looking forward for the future, and hopefully we do get like an Apple Silicon version soon, so we can play our Breath of the Wild at glorious 60 FPS and whatnot. Now, for going a little bit more in depth, you have to enable this FPSS Plus mod, set a 30 FPS limit. It's not like he will be getting any more FPS than that, to be honest, so just set the limit. Now enhancements, no, we don't care about that. So we were playing at 1080p, so it's a good resolution. Now going back at activity monitor, you can see that the CPU usage is only around 40 something percent. It's less than 50. So it's I think it's fair to say that the that we're not really pushing the computer all that much. Now it's right now it's hovering around 80 because I'm screen recording on top of running the game. So that's why. But it's normally around 70C. So you shouldn't expect any. Well, your computer will get hot, especially the MacBook Airs which don't have a fan. But yes, I think it's playable. It's enough. I mean, it might not be playable for you, but it is for me. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the game. Just remember to get the games. You need the Wii U USB helper tool on a Windows computer. You can also just use any old Windows computer you have lying around and transfer the games via USB or something, or get parallels. So if you have an Intel Mac, you can also use Boot Camp, and there's plenty of ways. You just need access to the Windows OS on some sort of way, maybe a friend's computer. But yeah, that's basically it. Well, thanks for watching.